With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Duo live show here at Learn Crypto. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like daily updates on crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. My name is Nick Hellman.
I am Todd Butterfield.
The man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo land. Shout out to Gora Network, sponsor of the show. Keeps the lights on and keeps this camera rolling. An Oracle provider here in the crypto space. Now, some of you might have been caught off guard by Bitcoin sell-off, the stock sell-off, everything's going to zero. Oh my gosh. Well, not if you've been following us here at Learn Crypto, or if you're a member at patreon.com/learncrypto. We sold Bitcoin at 29,100 looking for a sell-off, and we did just start buying back some of our positions that we sold at higher levels. We'll take a look at the charts today. We'll take a look at some news, and we'll answer all the questions that you guys might have. But tune in, stay here, and let's find some alpha. If you want to give me the screen, we'll take a look over at beyondfomo.com to see what's going on as a general market outlook right now. Like I said, you're seeing a lot of red in the market. Bitcoin down to $26,242, down 4% for the day. Now, this isn't crazy, but I think, we were wondering, why has Bitcoin been so strong? Why has Bitcoin been so strong when the stocks were so weak last week? Well, it just came out that MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor had $150 million of Bitcoin buy at an average price of $27,052. So that was probably a lot of the buy support that we saw last week. Now that buy support is completed and we had a red stock day today, Bitcoin gave up some of its gains, falling as low, I believe, as $25,800. Ethereum following suit, actually underperforming by about 0.5%. BNB underperforming by 1%. And Dogecoin actually outperforming. We're seeing Doge, Solana, and some of these other altcoins that we've been telling you to keep an eye out on actually outperforming Bitcoin quite a bit here on this drawdown. And we see the likes of Chainlink with their CCIP upgrade announcement doing quite well over the past week, up 11%. Biggest winners over the week are CurveDAO, Immutable X, and Chainlink. Shout out to you guys. Pepe is up 7%, but again, that one has been absolutely decimated and still below even the levels where we opened a 20x short. I think, like I said, tides will raise all boats, but that's one that I would kind of avoid under current conditions and current information. And the biggest losers, Rollbit down 19%. We do know that they might have had a hack or something like that, but again, is 19% all that bad when you're up to $353 million market cap out of nowhere? This is in the GambleFi sector. Thorchain RUNE, one we've been tracking lately, is up to a $514 million market cap, down 12% over the 7 days. It completed a measured move, but we do not have an entry on that just yet. And Optimism down 11% after its little rally. It had some bullish outlook about 2 weeks ago, and now it's giving up a majority of those gains. Todd, if you want to take a look at the charts, we'll see what's going on the stocks and the large cap cryptos. Of course, keep throwing your questions in the comment section. We'll get to that as soon as possible. I don't really have any news articles today, so we're really just going to be looking at the charts, talking about our entries, and going to the chat box.
All right, as usual, we got the SPY in front of us. You can see the red dot sells when my technometer tells us markets are maybe overbought, sideways to down, and the green buys when they're oversold and sideways to higher. So it's given us some really good trades recently. We did get the buy Friday at the close. I mentioned that on Sunday night's weekend review. You can sign up for Wyckoff SMI You can see lower right, technometer even today is setting at 34.9. So we're deeply oversold. You can see the OP had some nice selling come in the last 6 days, 7 days. So we did some buying this morning on the lower opening. We'll go over a few of those positions here. I mean, most of those trades people are subscribing for, but we'll give what we can here. But SPY sideways to higher, could have put in a big ABC off the highs from July 27th. So a nice big ABC down. Kind of looks like an ABC, 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 which would be a WXY. So, so far so good. Looks like we're headed higher. QQQ. You see the same thing here. Technometer 38.69. That would have reached below 38 this morning. So we'll mark that as a green dot as well at this morning's lows. Not much else to add. It'd been nice if we could have took out this previous low, August 18th, but it really held just a hair above that. But again, probably some type of ABC down, and we're headed higher. TLT broke down to new lows again. This is the problem here with higher interest rates. So you can see here a big gap down again today. Personally, I would have thought bonds could rally a little bit here, but something's going on in the treasury market. So we're gonna have to watch that closely. Let me bring up one more chart here. This is our Wyckoff Wave new index. It's given us some pretty good signals. Same thing, it went to a buy today at the opening after picking the last two highs and the last two lows. So that's something to watch. Let's, what else we want to look at? XLE. As you know, I've been long there. Had another buy signal Thursday. Nice recovery today. XLE kind of leading the rally out of here. You can see lower right. Another oversold technometer. We're getting oversold technometers with really not much down movement in price. That's normally pretty bearish, or excuse me, pretty bullish. So I would think XLE can go to new highs here, 94, 95. And then I'm probably going to take off those buys from June 26, take some good profits, and stand aside. I'm not going to go over any other new trades yet. I'm gonna show Wing. That's a position I've had on. I still have this trade on. You can see here, Wyckoff accumulation, I believe. We're sitting here at 173 today, up about $4. I think this one could do well in the next month or so if this is a low today and we're headed higher. So let's go back to the joint screen here, see what's going on in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to Maz Cabral. 60% of the time, it works every time. Shout out to Hasta La Vista, Kerry Butterfield. Ben Springer wants to know BMDA. If you look over to Beyond FOMO, they just posted a video over there talking about BMDA and what they have going on, as BMDA did win one of the voting contests. They've gone pretty silent, not much going on. The platform is live, product is live, ETHNode is live. It is some privacy tech over there to kind of shield your wallets. But have gone pretty quiet in the last few weeks as far as bear market and not talking too much on Twitter. C. Walter said, Doge, you like at 55 cents-ish? Nope, that would be 5.5 cents is kind of something we've been looking at. If we get a drop down there, might have to give a buy on Doge. The reason being is, we haven't been big Doge holders or traders. We had a sell when Elon went on SNL. We said that's going to be a top, guys, and that was a major top. But Elon says that the X app will be your all-in-one financial platform by the end of the year. I think he's going to integrate Doge, and when that happens, you're going to see Doge to around 13 cents. So from around 5.5 cents to 6 cents, you're going to over double your money rapidly when that news comes out. Is it a guarantee? No, but nothing in life is a guarantee. But our knowledge and experience and trends and history repeats itself here in the crypto markets. It's inevitable. So that is why we are looking to add Doge to our portfolio in the near future. Haven't quite done it yet, but we've had patience, and Doge is sitting around 6 cents here.
What's up, Walter, McFadden, Benoit? A few new names, I believe, here.
C. Walter wants you, I think C. Walter, actually, shout out to you. I think you just signed up over at patreon.com for a year-long subscription a couple days ago. So shout out to all the new Patreon members. We'll try to keep you in the loop. C. Walter, go in the Discord. We just gave a buy on Bitcoin. We gave a buy on Coin, on MicroStrategy. We have overhead buy limits on Pen and some various things. So make sure you get your portfolio in line with ours. C. Walter wants you to take a look at Mara, M-A-R-A.
I'm going to fix this chart here because we did do some buying.
And then,
a couple things.
And then also, Sats McGee wants you to take a look at Chainlink. And somebody else said, where do you think a short-term top on Link could be?
Let's go back here and look at some of these crypto-related stocks. MicroStrategy in front of us. As you know, we traded that off the green and red buy-sell there a couple months ago. We did buy that back today. We're thinking around 326. We bought that at where we buy that at? 318 and change, I think, this morning was the price, 318.40 or something. So backup could be completed on MicroStrategy. While we're there, let's also go ahead and look at RIOT. RIOT made a low, actually right below $9 this morning. I did give a buy on RIOT in the stock Discord at 9. We're going to look to buy that in the crypto Discord probably here shortly as well. Just trying to nibble on positions as we move along here, hoping the low's in, but kind of wanting to see the close today. So RIOT, same type of thing. Backup probably complete. Major sell-off from, my gosh, 2050 or so down below 9. Pretty deep there. Look at Mara, same type of thing. Has been an underperformer. I would still probably call this a backup in Mara as well. So I would think if you didn't buy that, I'd want to be a nibbler down here, probably right here, right now, and check out Mara. I would go with that one.
And if you want to take a look at the Chainlink.
Yep. Let's go back to the crypto software.
Carrie said, must be a blah day for Nick. No crazy shirt today. Yeah, it's a plain white t-shirt today. Nothing crazy, but you can't see the shorts I'm wearing. Those are pretty nuts.
And there is Link. I believe I mentioned yesterday in the Discord that Link continues to lead the charge here. So 47.9 on the technometer. I wouldn't be worried about that. 50's overbought, but that thing's been so strong, you're going to expect that. Markets have been, on a little bit of a pullback here. Technometer on Bitcoin around 41, 42. Ethereum somewhat the same. So Link looks like it's going to continue the charge higher.
Yeah, and that outperformance is really driven by the expectations that their new staking upgrade is coming, which is CCIP, which really finally pays out some revenues based on client usage to the Link holders in various tokens. So you have less Link sell pressure, and then you get rewarded in other tokens based on the clients they bring on board. So that's kind of the outlook. That isn't launched yet, so that probably will be a sell in the news event, but I don't think it's going to be launched in full capacity until 2024, so you probably have some time before you got to worry about that.
And below my picture is APT. You can see pretty solid downtrend for 2023. We've had a couple oversold technometers really around this level, so that one could be finally digging out. Normally we tell people, wait until we're bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of these alts, and then chase coins you're maybe interested in, etc. So APT could be one of those that bottomed out here today and could see some type of rally. We're
you can see below
here too.
Yeah, go ahead. You can see below my picture that we did have another Coinbase trade. We sold Coinbase at $105.50, bought it back at $76, sold it on the grayscale pump at $85, and then bought it back this morning, I think at $71 even potentially. So there is some downside risk still. I said worst case scenario, maybe a move to 65.50, but we saw a bullish divergence forming between price and the RSI. We are buying back 16% cheaper than our previous sell on several round robin trades, all winners. So I figured it was a good time to get positioned in that. Also, because remember, Coinbase is still in a lawsuit with the SEC. And if the court deems that Coinbase is in the clear, just like we saw this pump from the grayscale announcement, I'm sure we'll see even a bigger pump if it's actually for Coinbase itself, probably pump us to $90. So I want to make sure we get a re-entry in case that happens, that type of news happens quickly, rapidly, and without you really knowing about it.
In front of us is RUNE. That's one that we talked about. That was brought to our attention by, was that Big House that did that? And he's in here. Yeah, he's talking about it. So that's where it came from. And we showed that on here, and then actually had another oversold technometer yesterday. So to me, that looks like probably a wave 4 triangle. Let me blow that up on just my screen so you can see that a little bit better. That was a pork blaster with the blue triangle, and probably, I think that was probably a wave 1. This is a wave 2. So if we're headed higher here, RUNE could be one that likes to rock and roll.
Yeah, and if you're going to flip it over to my big screen, I kind of had the same thing. We drew up when Big House brought it to our attention. We just came shy of the measure move to the upside, but then, I had a downside target back to this support, that resistance that was flip support, this white dotted line. Didn't quite make it there yesterday, but I mean, you missed it by 5 cents. And now Bitcoin having a nice reversal. This thing is up to $1.71. So you may have missed our chance there for an entry. But we'll keep it on our radar. We're looking at RUNE for potential trade, Doge for potential trade, and Solana. Those are kind of the 3 altcoins that we have capital available to deploy and get into other trades, along with ETH and BNB on the large cap side. So this is on our radar. The measured move was this resistance flip support. We just missed it by a few pennies. Didn't take the buy just yet with the indecisive markets. But yeah, this is kind of the drawing that we've had with Big House since the beginning. Measure move target 1, measure move target 2. So we'll see. That kind of lines up with Todd's Elliott Wave and Wyckoff.
Michael Maxey, I'm not sure I recognize that name. Maybe that's been a while. What's up, Maxey? Let me go back here real quick. Not much to say on HE for Yannick. That was the Hawaiian utility with all the issues. I mean, not much to add there. Volume is definitely slowed up here. We're somewhat oversold. I would think that's probably some type of accumulation, but that one would scare me a little bit.
Oh, let's see what else is going on here. The Mara Nibbler equals adult avatar name. That's hilarious.
I'm going to fill up this bubble chart because I think this is somewhere to look when you get a day where things are turning around to see what's maybe starting to come alive. You got, again, APT on there. You've got Link on there. You've got Hex. You've got MKR. RUNE, GMX, AXS, so IMX, KLAY. So something to look at, ones that are starting to maybe dig out of the hole and lead us back higher.
Yeah, INJ was another one that we were watching for potential trade. We just never really got the setup that we liked, but we've talked about it in several videos. Still remains really strong up here. So I don't know, only so much capital to go around. We're not like other Twitter influencers or whatever they want to call themselves, or just like, oh yeah, this looks good, buy it. We can't just give you 1 million tokens to buy. We can give you our opinion if you ask about a chart, but we have only so much available capital in our portfolio, and really we need to save capital for an ETH buyback because we sold that higher, a BNB buyback, we sold that higher, and then we're looking at Solana, Doge, and potentially RUNE for trades as well. I wish we would have given a short sell on the video because we nailed the top on that to the day, and that thing's down something like 18% from the high.
Yeah, and it probably bottomed today, so
yeah,
with our buy signal.
Yep, and that would literally line up with an Adam and Eve measured move, a 200 moving average measured move, and a moving average cross, along with the Wyckoff buy signal. So that potentially could have a little bit of a rally here. I do like NVIDIA, but again, we have NVIDIA hodl positions from much lower levels. I'm trying to open the document. I mean, we're talking, let me go down here, see if we got the numbers in here. We don't have the exact number. I just remember in 2018, we were talking about NVIDIA the same time we were talking about having the AMD hodl at $9.
Right.
We were in NVIDIA, AMD, and Shopify at $10 in 2018. These are just hodl positions, but that just shows you, with the fundamental picks, we've been on it. We've been on winners historically, and we know how to hold on to the big winners. So, NVIDIA, this is kind of what we've drawn up. It looks like if you're looking for some smaller gains, I think NVIDIA has a great future, but I'm looking for bigger multiples. So I might keep my eye on other AI-based stocks or maybe an AMD, which is similar sector, but a little bit smaller market share. There's more upside potential. I'm not to the point now where I'm happy with. Because for AMD, just to give you a double up, you need an $840 stock price. Is it possible? Sure. How long does it take? I don't know.
And I'm showing the NVIDIA chart, the sell there on the earnings announcement, and then I'm going to put a green arrow today because we did get down to oversold. I am bullish on stocks here. So I think NVIDIA probably, if nothing else, rallies back up maybe to that 465 level, test previous highs or something like that. So that'd be my guess.
I would agree. At least that, the neckline is at 455, and then like you said, that previous high is 465. So a rally here from 420 to 455, 460, probably a decent trade if you're looking for a trade setup in NVIDIA. Or if you're short NVIDIA right now, based on our videos, yeah, I'd probably be closing out the shorts, taking those profits. You don't want them to start going backwards here if there is a rally.
I'm going to bring up PLTR here real quick for Sats McGee. Sats, you can see the Wyckoff labeling here. It'd be ideal that we just completed the backup Thursday, Friday, and today. So selling climax, automatic rally, secondary test, a spring and a test, jump, and a backup. So that one could be ready to go. Again, technometer's been a little bit stronger here. So technometer is around 43, not oversold, but it's trying to hold up at these previous lows. So I think probably PLTR tries to rally from here.
Smash that like, share, and subscribe button, guys.
Do your own research. This is just really not individual investment advice. Trying to let you guys know what we're doing, what we're recommending to our discords and pro traders, etc.
Yeah, join us at patreon.com/learncrypto to get 24/7 access to Todd Butterfield and myself, live trades, everything that goes with that. I don't know if you can see my screen, but you can see Discord is very active. We have private channels where only me and Todd can post, so you can see exactly timestamp where to buy, where to sell, where our stops are. We got a members corner where you can tag me or Todd with any questions you have, and we get back to you as soon as possible. And then we have members rooms where members are given their own technical analysis. And then, of course, a hangout room where you guys can be degenerates talking about unicorns, cupcakes, and how you're all going to be multi-billionaires in this next crypto cycle.
I'm going to bring out the Apple chart for Yannick. Then I'll do the IBM for David Hall. David must be someone maybe a little bit new. No wrench, but we'll get you one. On Apple, you can see here, Friday I had a oversold technometer at the low down there around 174. So it's up a couple dollars from there. Buys and sells haven't been too bad here. But again, one reason I was bullish SPY on any weakness early this week was Apple, Microsoft. Some of these look like they're pretty well here. IBM has had some nice outperformance here in the last couple months. Let's show that here. You can see same type of thing on IBM. Looks good on a little longer term basis. It's done really well here since the highs in early August. So again, that's one. OP's hitting new highs. I think that's probably a decent name to be hiding out in. So.
And I think IBM is benefiting a lot on the hype of AI. I see a lot of IBM commercials now, and they say AI 10 times in different ways that you can utilize their AI products to enhance your business structure and bring more profits to your business. So I think that's what they're really hammering lately. Michael Maxey says, you still expecting 23,800 for Bitcoin? Sorry if you already touched on this. Todd, if you want to go over the Bitcoin chart again. Michael, in order to remain bullish, you really need to hold that 23,800 to 24,200. But on the open today, around 26,000, we did get back 50% of our Bitcoin position that we sold at 29,100. Patreon.com/learncrypto members, of course, we're given this information. So we are nibbling here. We've got 50% of our Bitcoin back that we sold higher. But that Elliott Wave kind of still probably in play, and I'm sure Todd's about to show you the chart.
Yep, let me bring up that chart. On the Elliott Wave, we've been showing the 5 waves up in the green, irregular flat in the red, ABC down, ABC up, and then 5 waves down in the yellow. It's gotten a little bit, as I mentioned here on Friday or the last show, that maybe the 5th wave's already in. Let's kind of try to zoom into that then, because what would happen then is the 5th wave didn't make a new low down there at 24.8. So possibly we've had 5 waves up off of that low, and then we've had some type of overlapping ABCX, ABC down possibly. That's why I did go ahead and nibble back on 50% long Bitcoin that we sold up there at 29.1 right before this breakdown. We had a 29.1 stop in, and trying to buy. We bought some back at 26.175, I believe, was the exact number. So low could be in there. I'm anxious to see the rest of the day's action and tomorrow, and then we'll go into more detail.
See what's else. Omar M says.
Stocks.
Yeah, Omar M says anything on pot stocks, and Deborn says, can you take a look at Oracle?
Pot stocks. I mean, here's CGC. A lot of them look like this. They had that big short covering rally there a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I think you could be long some just because if stocks go higher the next few weeks or few months. probably these things will continue higher. They've been beat up unbelievably so on the way down. So I don't really have much going on in pot stocks myself because of that. They're just not ones I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, we don't really have any holdings. We kind of did it on the first run, or when was that? In 2018, 2019, when they're really hot. Haven't done too much with it lately. And there will be some big winners, don't get me wrong. But again, I think that sector is becoming more and more competitive, and it's kind of it's who you know, who you rub elbows with, and how much money you're willing to pay to get in, some of these licensing and contracts and regulatory guidelines. So I don't know. I just think it's an interesting sector. Obviously, it's exploding in market capitalization, how much revenue pot brings in from the average user, but it is highly competitive, and I think a little oversaturated as far as the number of dispensaries, the number of growers, et cetera, et cetera.
Let's go back here real quick to Oracle. Not one, again, that I trade as much, but we are here above what was previous highs 2 years ago. We did have some bad news after the earnings and did get knocked off, but we're down here near oversold. I think that's one probably, again, not my favorite, but I think you could have that long here. Let's see how it rallies off of these lows if the stock market in general does. I guess it's caught up.
Scoob says, good day, guys. How is ARK looking? I know that didn't ARK sell in the video at the lows right before the last massive run up? So that probably hurt the portfolio a little bit.
Hard to believe that happened, but here's the ARK. There at the highs, I'd call that an up thrust or sign of strength. When it came back into the trading range, you'd want to really call that an up thrust. So not too good of action here. I mean, we are at 36.5 on the technometer. That's as low as we've been since September. So same thing, I would see a bounce here, but probably a bounce to sell.
And then, and then you have potential downside risk to what, like 35.50, the bottom of the trend?
Probably, but yeah, maybe bounce here back to 45 and then probably roll over again. So nothing to brag about there. What's up, Bill? Appreciate it.
Not a ton of news to go over. I know that Coinbase did just get approved by Spain. Why did Spain? Spain just approved one of their major banks to integrate Coinbase and allow Coinbase to essentially sell its products to their everyday community members and retail users that are interested in cryptocurrencies. So, I mean, while the SEC in the U.S. is trying to hammer Coinbase and Binance and all these other players, other countries are welcoming them with open arms, realizing, hey, Bitcoin's not going anywhere. The technology behind cryptocurrencies can be useful, but also let people make their own investment decisions, and the countries, the banks, the regulators can all make money based off of the fees that the retail users are willing to do and the taxes of the gains that can be made. So U.S. keeps fighting it, and all they're doing is they're being reactionary, going after people that have no proof of doing any fraud or manipulation, whatever. Meanwhile, FTX got allowed to go under the radar, and that was one of the biggest frauds that's ever happened in this space, or really in the history of investments in the world. So I think they're a little backwards, and we're continuing to stifle innovation here while other countries continue to move forward and are welcoming it with open arms. We're seeing it with Argentina. If they get their new prime minister or president, he's winning in the polls by like 79%. El Salvador, Spain, the list goes on and on. So North America kind of getting left behind. That would be United States and Canada.
I'm going to give a few more stock thoughts here because when we get a buy signal in the general market, then you want to be looking for primary trading opportunities like a spring, a backup, etc. So as you know, we've had a backup in the stocks here the last few months. You got a stock like Landstar, LSTR. Looks like it's doing a backup to what was previous resistance, turning into support. So that's one I like. I showed you Wingstop already. I'm going to show you another one, MSCI. These are the ones I think where you want to be looking for. Again, this is a backup to a previous resistance level on MSCI. Had that around 510, 511. Can't really see that now, but just digging out of here, it's oversold. Another one is Salesforce. That's one that I had some in longer term accounts. I sold up there. They had a high at 231, and I did buy that back this morning at 204.87. So that one, same thing, completing a backup possibly. So those are what you want to look for. Those are ones that have been under accumulation. They've jumped through resistance. They're backing up. And if these markets head higher, those should be ones that should try to lead it. So that's what we're
and if you
looking
don't,
for.
you can join us at patreon.com/learncrypto to get these trades. Or if you don't want to rely on us and you want to find your own setups and stocks in crypto, head over to learncrypto.io and go to the cryptocurrency and Wyckoff trading course. Also, members of patreon.com/learncrypto do get a 20% off discount.
Yep.
So I think we've had nearly 1,000 people take that course. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I looked at the list.
Yeah, 1050 or something, 1150. It's a big number.
But then you can start finding your own setups and not relying on us to go live shows or whatever. So we're here to help. We do as many public free live shows as we can, and we of course answer any questions on Patreon. But sometimes we do take vacations, or you have a stock that we're not really interested in. You can find your own Wyckoff setups. So learncrypto.io is kind of the hub of everything we have to offer. And Todd's over there binging more than a 14-year-old girl in the high school texting her new boyfriend.
Like I said, we had a buy down here. We've been bearish for weeks on YouTube here. So today's the first time we've decided to start nibbling. So a little bit busy.
Yeah, we've been patient. We've had people even in our Discord like, oh, what do we? It's been, our sell was I think August 15th across the board or something like that. They're like, oh, it's been almost a month and we've done a couple trades and some passive income, but not much. What are we doing? Well, the position was to just keep waiting, having patience, sitting in cash. We sold that grayscale news pump on anything we still owned, which was Coinbase. We dumped that out. We were right on that, and now we're finally getting a setup to start getting some new fresh longs, re-entries on stocks and crypto we love at cheaper prices than before, adding more shares and stocks to the bag, or keeping some of the cash off to the side for new opportunities.
I'm going to show a couple more charts here. SOFI is one that I've mentioned in the stock Discord at wyckoffsmi.com. That one looks like a backup here as well. You can see deeply oversold lower right, so that one could be interesting. Don't want to give too much away here. Moberly, MBLY. Another one 5 days ago was oversold, starting to turn up. New low in the OP while price is holding. So that one looks interesting here. It looks like that will break the downtrend and probably break out there above that $48 level. So that's just a couple more you could look at here. I'm going to give you one more maybe. Palo Alto, PANW. Same type of thing. Looking like a backup from a longer term chart. Same type of thing. Holding up here at higher levels, springing the lows from a couple weeks ago. So Palo Alto could be good, going along with NVDA, etc. So.
Do you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, any news we may have missed? We didn't really have any news for today's show, just besides the fact that Coinbase is going to be allowed to operate in Spain. So that is going to bring, I don't know what's the population of Spain, but that could be a potential several million new users to Coinbase, which means new holders of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Scoop says, Nick, are you getting a vibe for next cycle of a new narrative that could run just like DeFi did in the past? I mean, we've already seen that GambleFi has taken off. Rollbit essentially went from a $1 million market cap to as high as $650 million during this bear market, currently sitting at $350 million. We've seen blockchain bets and others come to the space, and then we have the upcoming launch of Dead Prez Casino. So I think GambleFi is a growing sector in traditional markets. We saw that Caesars said that 7% growth in sports books alone year over year, and that's really moving over to online gambling as well. I think Metaverse will have another cycle. It kind of was on the back end of the bull cycle, but you had a lot of projects, companies, Facebook, Puma, Adidas put a lot of money behind the Metaverse sector, and they didn't really get to capitalize on that as the development wasn't fully there, and then they had to deal with this 2-year bear market. So I think Metaverse probably has another cycle as well.
The only news we got here is that's the only news we got over here.
What about you, Scoob? What do you think the next cycle is going to be? And then you said several pot stocks are down 99%. Which ones do you like? Make sure to follow us on Twitter. I am at Crypto Hitman. Todd is Wyckoff on crypto. Join us at patreon.com/crypto. If you can't remember all that, just go to learncrypto.io. Super easy to remember. Learncrypto.io. You'll figure it out. Click on all the tabs and links. You'll find us. Scoob likes the gaming sector. I mean, GameFi was earlier than Metaverse and really got burnt up with the play to earn. I think GameFi probably will have another round. It's just some of those are going to remain at zero, and it's going to really depend on user acquisition, stickiness, so user retention, and then token utility within the ecosystem. Now, what's interesting is you're talking about GameFi. I think if there's infrastructure plays within GameFi, where it's not just they don't have one game or a suite of games, but they're an actual product that harnesses all these different communities and brings them together and has a token utility for maybe a premium membership or something, that would be interesting. Because GameFi and play to earn got hammered, and really I think a lot of people are still salty on that. And people are talking about gaming because they're literally VCs are able to buy out full gaming platforms, full gaming suites, full gaming projects for 99% discounts and just keep them running. And then obviously they're hoping for an uptick in crypto market to gain back some users and gain back some money.
When you say that, one that I'm looking at that I don't know much about, this is more Nick's expertise in our Discord, but NAKA, the Nakamoto games, I got that chart up. That thing just this morning from like 54 to 59. That one looks like one is performing very well in a kind of a sloppy market. So that's one NAKA that I wanted to throw out at Nick, see what he thinks maybe to be watching here. So that's one we might look at. Yep, and that's the 4-hour chart. If we go into 15 minutes, like I said, even today, it's starting to firm up here again. So that one could be interesting. Could be a pork blaster.
Could be ready to go. Triple them bags.
That's about all we got. Blaster is probably going to be the MicroStrategies, the RIOT, the Mara. Those type of stocks have been beat up. They should be able to take us much higher.
Yeah, those things got absolutely hammered, and you know they're kind of almost like a leveraged Bitcoin position because when Bitcoin starts going up, those things really run. I'm hoping we see a little mini Bitcoin alt cycle or a Bitcoin cycle before the Bitcoin spot ETF, because what happens is if Bitcoin has a run between now and say March when the Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, and institutional investors are going to be looking where can they get exposure to Bitcoin, and that's going to be in the RIOTs, in the Maras, in the Coinbase, in the MicroStrategies, because the Bitcoin spot ETF doesn't exist yet. So hopefully we get a nice good run up in those, and then maybe we can rotate those funds out into other assets. Because when Bitcoin spot ETFs become approved, I think a lot of this institutional demand for Bitcoin exposure then will flow into the Bitcoin spot ETF, and maybe some of these crypto-related stocks don't kind of trade on such a multiple to Bitcoin. We'll see, though.
I'm going to run a quick disclaimer here real quick.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
Also, shout out to all the people watching over on Twitter. We do have this live streaming here on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter. So I see the people over there on Twitter watching. So just want to give you guys a shout out. Of course, you can always leave comments on that live show on Twitter, and we'll get to those after the show and get some replies for you.
There is a inverse Kramer ETF, I believe.
They know nothing.
Shoot, man! When did that launch? Because they would have been killing that the past 2 years.
I thought they had that. They got the negative ARK, and I thought they had a ETF. Maybe it's just a Twitter inverse, because they definitely beat up on him.
Man, he's
easy does it.
He didn't like NVIDIA. It skyrockets. Then he says you want to be a holder of NVIDIA, not a trader, and then it dumps 18%. I mean, you can't make that stuff up.
Yikes.
Hey, he's doing something right though. Making a lot of money.
Getting paid.
Yeah, his community probably isn't making money, but entertainment factor is what he's getting paid for nowadays, I guess.
And we didn't show coin on here. We probably ought to show that trade. Let me bring up.
Yeah.
You can bring up the chart, but I'll bring up the duo screen because I've got the chart here. Same type of thing. Looks like a little deep back up, but probably nonetheless. We are oversold. You can see Lower right really is about as oversold as we have been back from August, October. So Nick's back in that one, sold at 105, bought it back at like 77, sold it at 85, back in here at 71 and change or something. So just keep scalping that dog.
Yeah, and it, like I said, it has downside risk, maybe like 65 or 64, but I don't want to miss it. We got the bullish divergence, we got potential bounce for Bitcoin, and if the courts rule that they win the case against the SEC, or SEC needs to reevaluate it, you probably get a straight up green bar, and I want to be in that.
I've got balls of steel.
What's going on, Christius and Bill coming in here a little late?
Ish.
If there's no more questions, that's really all we have to go over today. I did do an oatmeal update earlier this morning. I know Todd did some videos the past few days, so make sure to check those out. We always like to get on the live shows because it allows you guys to directly interact with us, and we can look at the charts that you want to look at. But join us on patreon.com/learncrypto. If your portfolio is not looking as good as ours or doing something wrong, for $1 a day, we can help it look a lot better. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like daily updates on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news.
Stocks, as he said, and we've been saying, looks like stocks maybe have bottomed here today, possibly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these as well. So we're going to keep probably accumulating out of here if we continue holding today and tomorrow. And then we'll be back here in the next day or two. So peace out, good luck, and catch you soon.
Warren Buffett, American investor, business tycoon, and one of the wealthiest people in the world, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." But how is that possible? Well, knowledge is power. In 2020, it is no longer news that cryptocurrencies are the currency of the digital future. Bitcoin's stability amidst unprecedented global economic impacts from COVID-19 has proven once again that crypto is here to stay. Learning how to trade, when to trade, and where to trade crypto assets can make the difference between success and failure. At LearnCrypto.io, we offer a pathway to sustainable and lifelong wealth by helping open-minded beginners and experienced traders navigate the thin ice of the cryptocurrency markets. Live shows, interviews, coin reviews, fundamental analysis, predictive trading bots, and open chat access to a community of real traders. These are just a few of the benefits you'll receive with a membership on patreon.com/learncrypto. Sign up today if you strive to build yourself a brighter tomorrow.
Do you personally invest or trade stocks? Then you'll want to gain access to our private Discord channel. By subscribing to our pro traders at wyckoffsmi.com, you'll receive individual stock suggestions based upon the Wyckoff method, review possible trade setups, as well as receive emails when any trade suggestions are given. But if you're too busy to manage your own stock portfolio, consider our private client group at our registered investment advisor, Black Bay Capital Advisors. You'll get the personal touch while we manage your stock portfolio for you through the trusted custodian, Charles Schwab. For an annual fee, you'll have more time to enjoy life while we focus on growing your portfolio. We'll be on the same side of the table, working to help you secure your long-term financial goals.